Hi Sagittarius, how are we today? Just doing our weekly reading. This week we are just looking at, how to get through the rest of the week, the rest of the month with all this crazy retrograde energy going on around us. We have just come from that big full moon as well. So if you haven't seen already the shadow work reading, I do suggest going and checking that one out. Some significant timeline shifts happening this full moon that's just gone. So go back and check that one out as well. We will be focusing on love and romance in intimacy as well. But this week we are using the Intuitive Oracle. I also have here the Love Angels Oracle, as well as the Floral Lenormand. Okay, getting into it for you, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. How does Sagittarius get through the rest of this week, the rest of this month, the rest of this retrograde season? Sagittarius, what does Sagittarius need to see, please? Oh, I just had that one for Aries, actually, as well. Sensory awareness. Sight, hearing, taste, touch, smell. Okay, heighten your sensory awareness. It supports your intuitive flow. All right, so making sure we are paying attention to what our senses are telling us in the physical world, because there's something going on for you, Sagittarius, that is, it's trying to enable you to develop that sixth sense as well, that intuition, that gut feeling, and there's some stuff being shown to you through your other senses, the things that you're, tasting, the things that you're sensing around you in you're hearing things, you're seeing things that are sort of feeling significant in some kind of a way to you. You may be smelling things as well. You may be feeling certain textures are sort of flagging up to you at the moment as well. So those are really trying to point you in the right direction here, and enable you to develop those basic senses so that you can then go on and develop that sixth sense a little bit more as well. I'm actually really picking up for you here, sensory deprivation is actually enabling you to move forward here. All right, so blocking those senses a little bit. So some of you may actually want to do some stuff where you're in a dark room with no noise. There's nothing, you're not really touching anything. You're just sort of not paying attention to what you're touching, whether it's just the ground and things like that. Those sorts of things may actually be really useful to you at the moment, because it's enabling you to see what else is going on outside of your senses, and trusting those senses as well, especially too if you're laying there in a dark room and there's no noise, and you can't hear anything, you can't feel anything, you can't taste anything, and then randomly you get a weird taste in your mouth, or you hear a weird noise, or you hear even a word or a voice popping up for you, trusting those things a little bit more. That is your intuition trying to enable itself to be a present sense within yourself here. We do also see divine timing coming through for you, Sagittarius. Everything unfolds in its time. Trust the universe's timing. All right, so I feel as though you are trying to apply pressure a little bit, Sagittarius. Like, why is this not happening yet? Why, I need just pushing and applying pressure, because once again, pressure is a sensory thing. So you're needing to release that pressure so that there's no, sensation of pressure on your life just in general at the moment. I will just grab one to clarify that divine timing card. Just clarify the divine timing energy for Sagittarius, please. Why is that showing up for Sagittarius, please? Trust a little bit more there. I am getting that. Okay, so we have the garden coming through, followed by the clouds, as well as the dog. All right, so I'm getting a pretty clear thing here. Okay, so something to do with a meeting or meeting up with somebody, most likely a friend with that dog energy there, and you're kind of overthinking it. You're trying to maybe compromise with somebody, meet somebody halfway, or you're actually having some sort of a meeting with somebody, or you're being invited to a meeting with somebody, whether even if it's just meeting up for coffee. This for some of you it could be career based as well. There's not only friendship with that dog, but there's loyalty coming through there as well. So, if you're trying to organize a meeting with your boss to talk about, look, I'm loyal to the company, da da da. You're overthinking it a little bit with the clouds there. You need to get out of your head space a little bit there with that, and just trust that things are going to happen the way that they need to for you with this meeting. All right. So stop trying to think through every potential outcome, every potential, I need to say this, I need to say that. You're applying a bit too much pressure here. It would allow it to just flow naturally. I'm meeting up with this friend. I don't need to think about, I need to tell them this, I need to tell them that. You're not going in with a list, all right? We're going in and just seeing where it goes and allowing the conversation just flow naturally. All right, especially those of you where this is a career thing, where we're not going in with a list of demands. We're allowing ourselves to compromise a little bit more and go with the flow of how that goes. I feel as though that's going to help you a lot more than if you are coming in trying to apply pressure and trying to apply specific outcomes, or you're overthinking all the potential outcomes. And I need to make sure I say this in this way and things like that. Get out of your head a little bit and just trust that, look, we've got the meeting. We'll just see where it goes. All right. We're not going to apply pressure that there has to be a specific outcome here that is going to provide you with the best outcome. Basically. All right. But having a look at love and romance for you, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what's going on for Sagittarius when it comes to love and romance? Distance. The separation you're experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow. All right. So some of you, I'm picking up a lot of single Sagittarius energy here, and the distance that you have from applying pressure to yourself to date as well is coming through here. So, because the garden can also sometimes be a date card. So not applying that pressure that this has to be, the one and only everlasting love, that this could just be a really good friend. I'm loyal to just going with the flow and seeing where things lead, creating a little bit of distance between yourself and the need for certain outcomes when it comes to love and romance as well. For some of you that are in connections, there may be a little bit of emotional distance, a little bit of physical separation happening right now as well. That doesn't always have to be a bad thing. As they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So, sometimes it's necessary to help it grow and make ourselves realize that, oh, look, we at least we're going to get that reunion energy when that distance is closed. All right. So for those of you where that's the case, focus on how we can use this to strengthen rather than hold us apart and more apart and more apart. All right. But we also see here new love. So once again, I'm picking up a lot of you are already single. But for those of you where this is an existing connection, that distance actually enables new aspects of love to develop within the connection. Okay. So it is still relevant there as well. A new chapter begins, whether it's with a new partner or in a current relationship. Okay. So the card even talks about it potentially being a current partner as well. So I was picking up very strongly though on single energy. So, those of you who are single, there is love out there for the taking, but it's, you're more likely to receive that if you just sort of go with the flow of things and, maybe you're dating around, not necessarily pinning all your hopes on one person at the moment. Okay. That, you're going on dates thinking, oh, do you know what? Even if nothing else, I get an opportunity to meet a potential new friend, and then be open to new love coming in, but it may not be a specific, it has to be this one person. All right, we need to go with the flow a little bit more, because you may go on that date with that one person, and you're like, they turn out to be a really good friend. It's not what you expected. You were hoping for love, but then they may actually know somebody, and they're like, do you know what, you would actually be much better suited to my friend, you know over here. So I'm going to set you guys up on a date, and then you're going on a date with this other person, and maybe that's the new love. So if you're pinning all your hopes onto, one specific thing, instead of just going with the flow of it and just seeing where things go, you may actually be distancing yourself from the potential new love altogether. All right. But we will have a look at intimacy. We are looking at both physical and emotional intimacy. Physical and emotional intimacy. What does Sagittarius need to know in regard to physical and emotional intimacy, please? Why am I seeing those two cards in regard to physical and emotional intimacy for Sagittarius, please? I am seeing this general energy here of just an overview here, just in very generalities, because at the bottom of the deck I've got the birds and then the bear. Okay, so I'm picking up very strongly on this message of, it's important for you to communicate why you are guarded, why you have these boundaries. Understanding seems to be something coming through here, needing to actually have the conversation about, look, I'm very guarded. I'm a bit defensive against intimacy stuff right now, but this is why. I'm just sort of getting that this is why, the explaining the why, not just being guarded and defensive against intimacy, but explaining why you are feeling that way. Because we do see here the rider coming through. But then I have that followed by the mice and the whip. All right, so we are seeing some past energy holding you back a little bit here. Obviously, that's probably why we are a little bit defensive against and guarded against intimacy in all its forms, because of losses and tension and drama and fighting and stuff that's happened in the past. You feel as though, it's kind of like intimacy has been taken from. I am picking up. Oh, that's hard. That's a hard one, guys. I'm sorry, but I am picking up on physical intimacy being taken from you in the past. If you kind of know what I'm talking about there, that will resonate for you if that is you. And it led you to be very guarded with allowing people close to you on a physical level. But it's kind of telling us that, good news, it's time to move away from that energy and start talking about it a little bit more, communicating about that. We do have the letter there clarifying that energy, and you need to actually talk about it. All right, so some of you may even want to go and seek a professional to talk to about that, because for some of you I am picking up on SA type stuff here, where it's been taken from you without your consent. Okay, so I don't want to say the words, but it's time to start moving on healing when it comes to that, if that is you. All right, and so you do need to communicate that, and it's actually important for you to. You don't have to actually tell people your story. When you're going on dates and things, you don't have to tell people the details of that. You just need to explain to them, look, I've been through some ish. I am very standoffish. I'm aware of that. I'm very defensive when it comes to that. I'm aware of that. Go easy on me. We're just going to go with the flow. In time, that will be something that we can look at again. But I feel like for a lot of you, you are very much not wanting anyone physically close to you, which is understandable. So I am picking up on that pretty specifically. So it may not be the case for all of you. That may not resonate for everybody here, but send love to if that's not you and that's not resonating for you, send love to the people that is resonating for, okay, because it is coming through as the main intimacy message for Sagittarius today. All right, but that's what we have for you guys. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, see how they fit in with what we've seen today for you. Check out that shadow work reading from a couple of days ago. Some important stuff in that for everybody. But hopefully I'll see you all again soon.